Guys, I'm back from TwitchCon. It's nice to see you guys. I'm feeling pretty good, although everyone I hung out with at the event caught corona. The main event of the weekend was, of course, Twitch Rivals. Me and Janik were invited to participate in the biggest Ultimate Challenge tournament Twitch Rivals has held yet. $150,000 prize pool total. 34 duos competing, so 68 streamers, and a multitude of games and challenges we had to go through. We really went in for this one. We tried our best to win. Leading up to the event, me and Janik went as far as to practice these different challenges. We actually sat down and went through them. And there were 2 mystery games we didn't know ahead of time. Some that we did know, such as Boomerang Fu, that we did play. First of all, here's the bracket. So no matter what, if we did somewhat good in the qualifier, we could compete for a $50,000 prize pool. A massive up to my Trackmania esport earnings, which currently is not very impressive. I might see if I have a tab. Considering we're competing for a 50K prize pool, and my current prize earnings in esports is $78, this was not that bad. There will be 10 teams in the final out of the 34 teams. 2 pre-qualified from last time's winners, and then 4 from each qualifier. So qualifier 1, qualifier 2. Got it? 10 teams total. So we had to do really well to get there. So we started practicing. We played on stream the other day, played the Boomerang game, Boomerang Fu. We played the Nanny game, and we also practiced the final. If we happen to get there, we would have to fill a glass of water all the way to the top. And whoever places a drop that causes this glass of water to spill would lose the finals. We get to the venue on Friday, and we have a briefing about the tournament. We drop off our things at the hotel, and we chill for a bit, and then we say, okay, we have to go to the venue. And when we get there, it is cramped with people. There are so many people. We had to pick up our badges and be out of there in 1 hour. It was not gonna happen. It was just not gonna happen. 1 hour to get the badge there, no shot. So we asked the worker, like, hey, we really gotta go soon to go to this Twitch Rivals thing. Can you help us out? And somehow we're able to sneak past the entire queue. So we get our badges, we get to meet the other streamers participating, drove to the place where Rivals was at, and got a briefing on the tournament. And being backstage there, we got to, you know, hear everything about the games, hear everything about what's gonna happen. We learned which games were the secret games. And it was Overcooked, and a game called Operation Tango. Overcooked's a game where you have to make food together under high stress, and Operation Tango is a bit like keep talking and nobody explodes. You have to solve puzzles and stuff. So we thought, okay, we know nothing about either of these games, but we're just gonna try our best and see if we can get through it. The qualifier begins, and we start with Overcooked. A game we didn't have much experience with, and a game that turned out to be very difficult. Difficult for the wrong reasons. You see, most teams struggle in this game with cooking. Me and Janik struggled.
I'm mashing like I've never mashed before.
With the intro cutscene. We could not get past this intro cutscene for about 2 minutes out of the 20 we had at our disposal.
Okay, it's fine.
And then we got out and we got back into it.
What? Why are we still on?
Not the greatest start to the tournament, right? Like, that could have gone a lot better. You see, we have orders in the top corner that we have to fulfill. It could be making a smoothie of bananas or strawberries and whatnot. And we have to complete these before the timer runs out. Classic cooking game, honestly. It can be quite overwhelming because you have to keep track of so many things at once. You have to chop things, put them in the mixer. You have to clean cups that you can deliver them in, and people are in the way and stuff. We stressed out quite a lot in the beginning, on the first level. On the second level, I feel like we got pretty damn good. This was like the ending. We got some 700 coins in this. Yeah, 700 points in the second. And then the last one is where we really got into like perfection. And we went like this pretty hard for the next 2 minutes. It was clean. We cleaned the plates as well. Got the pineapple burger for the weirdo who ordered that. This was like amazing. We did so well in this. Amazing synergy. And then we were out of time. We were out of time in Overcooked. But with those 3 scores, it was enough to top the lists after Overcooked. We were in the lead, actually. So these in our qualifier were the winning teams of the challenges. CPK and Fulham, Repas and Remetra, Mandicio and Diabu, and me and Janik. So now we rotate to another challenge. And next up for us was Operation Tango. This game, I'm telling you, was so hard. This is the peak of the stress, like last challenge.
No, wait. That's not it.
It says if there's a single blue connector.
No, there's 4 connectors, Yannick. There's 4.
Yeah, there's 4 connectors.
Based on the activated connectors value, set the slider value. Blue, place the slider halfway. How do I place a slider?
It says, okay, so just listen to me.
Oh, no, hang on. Play. So, blue. Oh, green. Place the slider 3/4, 33. 3/4? No, 75.
I'm asking you, is there...
No, hang on, please, hang on. Okay. Sorry.
We were so damn stressed.
Long or short penis?
Anyways, this did not go that well. And then shortly after, they cut us off and said, yeah, you're done. We got 3 out of 5 missions. Now, most of their teams got 4. And we ended up getting, some got 5. We ended up getting 3 out of 5 here. It was not the greatest. This was the scores after 2 out of 4.
So I don't think they've entirely regretted their time on stage here.
After 2 out of 4, we were still in first. But a lot of the good teams on that challenge hadn't played the game yet. Effectively, imagine like you have a game that everyone who's coming up to it will beat you at later. That was the problem we faced with Operation Tango. Challenge number 3.
We need a good ending.
Good ending.
Yeah.
Don't pull a virtual.
I will pull the biggest virtual. We're gonna clutch this.
That was Major Giggles, Twitch staff and also main organizer of this tournament. He said don't pull a virtual. But as we all know, pulling a virtual means to clutch. So in order to go further here, from this point on, we really needed a virtual. Right here, we were theorizing which vegetables do we pick up. And the point of the game is to throw those beanbags into these pots. There's 1 point worth, 3 point worth, and 8 point worth all the way in the back. Every time we go for the 8 pointers. That was what we were aiming for. Now let me tell you, this is so difficult to get anything out of there, and especially when your hands are like, oh, I gotta get this out, oh, I gotta get this out of there, and you can't fit the spatula, and you can't turn it, you can't twist it, and we are just like panicking. So we got like 3 out, and then Janik starts tossing, and we did miss for a little bit. After half the time was elapsed, we had 8 points, and Janik's just like, yo, you gotta start throwing as well, we're not gonna get more fruits out. It's time to go, it's time to get it. We realized it wasn't going to happen with the 8 pointers, so we just started collecting the 3 pointers for safety, and then we did reel it in a little bit and got 25 points, and we were out of beanbags. Most other teams also got a lot of points here. Like some teams even got 80 points. This was not second place overall. In fact, it was really bad, and we were a bit disappointed. We saw the end of our tournament run happening right here. This was looking bad. We still had the tower. We still had our best challenge left to go. And we just had to collect ourselves because ahead of the last challenge, we were 6th place. This was our run in the Nanny challenge. We instantly get up, instantly start finding the items, and we're not throwing out all the items. We're just collecting everything we know we need for it. First item out is this small piece because we're going to need that. We need this to be as flat as possible. I see it's pretty flat, and we go with it. 2 small books is all we need. We get a flat book on top of that, and now the 2 scissor books. If you put them together, they actually hold quite nicely. We started hearing the nanny. You can see the opponent team reacted as well. We still have to get into our same beds, and Janik is quite far. And so we were just hoping we could avoid getting it knocked. But the nanny saw him. And thus, our tower got completely destroyed. Same setup. Double book, wheelbarrow, flat book, scissor books, skateboard, upside down bucket. That's the start of the setup. So when we get up again, we have all the pieces now. We start building a bit more of a flat surface before we put up the spire. Janik gets the chair to get us ready. I add 1 more flat part, and then we start stacking. Janik gets the spire up. He notices the wrapper is a bit too far in, puts it a bit out. We stabilize it. It doesn't look that sturdy. It's very shaky. We put the small cup on top. My hands right now literally trembling. And we just need the final piece. And then I think about it. How tall am I? Why do I have to reach above my head now to place the next piece? How tall am I? I am 187. This tower is taller than me. The current leading team has a 168. I don't need to do this. I start putting, then I'm like, oh, no, dude, we're going to bed. We are going to bed. If that stands, then we win the challenge. Just go to bed, just lie in bed, get some rest. We're not gonna touch it. 1 minute left, we just get some rest. We even played rock, paper, scissors for fun. At the time of measure, the tower stands. Now, how tall is it really? It is taller than they had in testing. And it is so tall that the person measuring could not see on the measuring tape just how tall it was. So he had to take a picture with his phone of the number. How tall? ...199 centimeters. And just after measuring it, it fell. Literally 1 second after it was done measured. That was all it took. Like that small movement of like celebration. And it's over. But it was enough. It stood.
Play you on the final. Okay, okay. I bet for you. Thank you.
And somehow we pull through with a great performance in Overcooked, a bit of a stumble in Tango, and also not the greatest streamers do. We pull off the best toy tower the world's ever seen, and we qualify to the finals of day 2. The finals on day 2 start with Trackmania. If both of us won a round, then we qualified to the next game, into the top 8. We got to warm up on the map for like 5 minutes. It looked easy to crush this. So it was really a matter of who of me and Janik are going to qualify first.
Yeah.
You want it?
Yeah, I just don't want to... I'm crashing too much.
Alright,
I want to make sure that I just get it.
So we make a plan here that since Janik doesn't feel that consistent and we want to get in 2 rounds, I let him pass. So I slow down and I miss the finish.
Okay.
And Janik takes a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it's to give us the kind of the level to expect before we then look at everyone else. But at least we're getting to see how the track should be played, even slowing down. Oh, no. Okay. Well, apparently he just wants a few more. Maybe he just wants a couple more rounds.
You know how we spoke about that pressure that was going to be on
that pressure.
Streamers who
Yeah, a lot of pressure. So I go on a rush. I'm already a second ahead. I keep pushing it. 2 seconds ahead. 3 seconds ahead. Last turn. Very scary part with a lot of pressure on the line. And we got there in 2 rounds. So we did get through into the top 8, where we are going to play a game called Boomerang Fu. And in the first round here, we are playing against Pawns and Ultia. And this game right here is one of the most intense gaming experiences I've ever had. We got off to a bit of a bad start with them taking 2 points. Go through the portal. Janik gets 1. And we got the second one as well. So we get a point back. It's first to 12, I think it is. And so it's just all about scoring as many points as possible. This goes back and forth for a bit. You see that we've now gotten into a small lead, actually. And we jump up to a 4-point advantage now. 4 points in the lead. Because we actually got to match point.
Ultia Ponce now versus Wirtual. Can he hold it? They're both going at it. Swordsman in the middle.
They just want to go for the slice. The boomerangs are being sent out. There's the slice attempts once again. They're dashing away from each other. Back into them. Straight into the water.
Match point. 1 more.
Wirtual
And we are in the top 6. And they have to win like 5 in a row.
A little bit more with that decoy out on the pitch.
But then Janik gets killed. So it's me and a 1v1 here to try to secure the advancement. I know what's at stake. I am stressed out of my mind. This is very intense, right? And it's just about patience. And we're waiting for him to throw his boomerang and try to get him when he doesn't have it. And this goes on for ages. I just don't want to overstep and miss it. Because he has better power-ups. If I hit any of these slashes, it's over. Oh, and yeah. And then I get killed. And unfortunately enough, we keep dying here. It goes to last point. I get killed.
No. There's one down.
And Janet gets killed too.
The company! Ponce and Ultia.
Despite being up 4 match points and trying our very best to close it out, we lost the game. We could have just advanced into the top 6 here, but because of this, we went into the losers bracket, meaning now we had to win against another team that lost or else we're out of the tournament. These are the players that also lost their other game. And this is for elimination. We get 2 early points. It's back and forth, of course, but we still have quite the lead. And then we just decide to rush them. We realize aggression here is the best play. And I have one of my best plays in Boomerang Fu history. Right here. Janik
Spread out all across the map.
gets killed. It's a 1v2.
Boomerangs being sent in. There's Janet going down. It's all down to
I dodge. I throw my boomerang just as he's about to slash me. He slashes, but I teleport Boomerang, slash back, get him.
Slices, there's one down to the very last.
1v1 versus Banana, I get him too.
He can.
And we keep that momentum going. We get another one. 1 point left to go. This time, another time at match point.
Is actually eliminated.
This is where Wirtual and Janik got to last.
He gets freezed. I see him. I slash him. One more.
Already Virtual's taken one. Explosive Boomerang is picked
I
up by
miss.
Janik.
I get killed. Janik goes up. Double dash.
Virtual and Janik will move on to Streamer Stew.
I love
And
that,
we
with them
now
cheering at the end.
make it to the top 6. For reaching the finals and top 6, we've secured another $8,000 in our tournament earnings. And we can still go further. But this game, we knew it would be our crux. The crux of the challenge. We were not good at Streamer Stew. And it was highly likely that we would lose in it. And we're live. The other teams have already gotten a point 40 seconds in. We're struggling with even getting the beanbags out. Really shaky hands by both of us. We're trying our best, though, to get them up and to get them out. But we keep missing it. And the other teams have both gotten 2 and 3 points scored. And we're just like, Janik, you got to start throwing. You got to get us in there. He hits the far one. Good. One team's already through, which means that we have to beat purple here to get into the final for ourselves. This is one of the best parts of this match for us, where you can see that we're finally starting to pull through and get a lot of points. We're starting to get out the beanbags, and the cameraman takes my live stream and points it away from all the action, so you don't get to see any of it. This is the part where we actually did pretty well. And it's all off camera. We did lose in a couple of seconds here, but you guys people who watched it missed all the action. We were 1 away. The golden pot stood between us and potentially reaching the finals of the games.
That's gonna be it.
But we just weren't good enough at this exact game. And the Spanish team advances to decide $10,000 in the tournament. The water spilled. That was the final. And GLTV and Tauntaun are the winners. Could have gone either way. Perhaps we could have stood there, but we still had an amazing run. Going from the top 34 teams to top 5. I'm so happy I got to participate. And if you look at, esport earnings, going from $78 to about, I think we earned around 7,000 split between us. Half and half. Not bad. Honestly, not bad.